Sad news.
The Genshin 4.2 livestream has been indefinitely delayed.
Good news. Some people messed up and now we know what the 5-star characters that are coming in 4.2 are, both first phase as well as the second phase. Now the first phase is either some really good news for you guys or some bad news because, well, Furina's actually in phase 1. We're not delaying the new character until phase 2 like we do sometimes in these new Genshin updates. So if you've been looking forward to the Hydro off-field DPS buffer support extraordinaire that is Furina with not that great healing at C0. Yeah, she's not that good of a healer at Constellation 0, sadly. At least a solo healer. But she will be there in the phase 1 banner, and she will also be with Baizhu as the other character you can pull alongside her. And they're gonna make an incredibly powerful character couple because not only does Furina's fanfare stacks increase the damage your characters do, but it also increases the healing that you do with your characters as well, which can buff up the tiny healing that you get from Baizhu, which one of his biggest drawbacks, we'll say, kind of sort of eliminated because you're going to get the bonus healing from Baizhu's own talent ascension passives, as well as the bonus healing from Furina's fanfare stacks. This is going to be a very nice character for you to pick up on if you either need a couple of constellations for your Baizhu because you'll love him just that much, or if you're just picking him up for the first time to play with Furina, because they're going to be a pretty powerful combination for any Hydro plus Dendro related team. You can't really be mad that they're actually being reran together unless you're sort of just out of Primo Gems and Fates at the same time. Now, phase 1, in my opinion, is the more exciting of the two phases for character banners for you to pull on, but phase 2 is going to have a very friendly new player face in the form of Kamisato Ayato, one of the easiest characters to play who has access to some of the strongest teams in Genshin Impact. Do you want to play Ayato with something like an electrocharged or a ray action soup team, which is something new? Vaporize, Mono, Hydro, he works well in as well. Freeze teams, Ayato is going to be there for you to utilize his very powerful and easy to play playstyle, especially if you're a mobile player. Do you know how to hold the normal attack button down to pop off with Ayato, just unsheathing his attacks over and over and over? Yes, he's gonna be there. If you miss him the first time, he will return on phase 2 of the 4.2 banners. And he's also got that sweet boba action. Now, the other character that's going to be showing up in phase 2 is none other than Cyno, who's a character that got kind of dogged on, in my opinion, when they first were released back in the Sumeru update. Cyno's actually a very powerful character as well, but just like every other DPS character in Genshin Impact, is it a necessity to have access to Cyno or Ayato or any DPS in the game? No, not really, especially if you compare these characters to someone like Nivelette, who's kind of broken, if you want to say. But if you like the character aesthetic of Cyno, then he's coming back as well, and you have a lot of teams that you can play him in. Aggravate, Quick Bloom, Hyper Bloom, for example, are some of the best teams that you can utilize with your Cyno. He's very similar playstyle-wise to someone like Razor. You pop your burst, you get in there, you use your elemental skills, you get some normal attacks, you get some charge attacks in there, and you just sort of use him as a reaction damage enabler. He does very, very well in that regard. So it's a pretty easy to use, kind of fun play style that has a little bit of nuance in the kit as well. So it's not super basic like Ayato is, but he still is fairly easy to play. So are you gonna be a phase 1 gamer or a phase 2 gamer? I'm pretty sure a lot of you will say phase 1, but leave that down below. 1 or 2 I wanna see, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.